Hey, what's going on, everybody? Steve here, Rake and Profit. And in this video, I'm going to be covering the 6 best ways that you can start selling on Amazon. So everybody knows that e-commerce and shopping online is and has been just going through the roof lately. Everybody is buying items online. And if you're already selling on eBay or Poshmark, or maybe you've wanted to get into selling, you hear about people making money on Amazon. It's not just 1 or 2 ways that you can start Amazon. Obviously, Amazon is a place where you're going to be buying and selling products, but there's various business models. And I'm going to share with you 6 of the most popular business models on Amazon. And each business model has its own risk. Some business models are harder. Some business models are going to require $3,000, $5,000, $7,000. Other business models will require you to leave the house. Other business models on Amazon will require you to just shop online. Some will continually feed you replenishable items. Others, you literally don't touch a product. You never hold a product. You never see a product. But it's a little sketchier, I would say. So I'm going to cover these 6 business models. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go through all 6 models. I'm going to share them with you in the next 30 seconds. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each one of those models one by one and share with you exactly what that business model is, how much money it typically costs to start. And then I'm going to share what I would say maybe the risk and opportunity. So I'm writing this down so I make sure that I go through it in a common pattern each and every time. But yes, Amazon's a great place to sell, but you've got to make sure that you pick the right model, because if you pick the wrong model on Amazon, you're going to get burned. You're going to lose a lot of money. So let's cover the 6 business models right now. Okay, business model number 1 on Amazon is thrifting. Number 2 is retail arbitrage. And don't worry if you don't know what these are. I'm going to explain. Number 3 is wholesale. And there's a couple ways to do wholesale. Number 4 is online arbitrage. Okay, it's a little different than retail arbitrage. Business model number 5 is private label. And business model number 6 is drop shipping. So if you're excited for this video, do me a big favor and smash that like button down below. Leave a comment. Let me know if you do have any questions during this video. Drop a comment. I'll be answering questions. And yeah, let's get into this video. Oh, and I do want to say for everybody who is watching right now, tomorrow, July 8th. So if you're watching the replay, this might not apply, but tomorrow, July 8th, Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern time, my mentors who taught me all about Amazon, Dan and Dylan of the Wholesale Formula, they're hosting a free virtual training. So it's going down tomorrow at 2 p.m. and they've done over $33 million on Amazon. And they're really experts in the space. They've taken things to a whole nother level compared to what I've done. So if you want to check that out and learn about how to start an Amazon business in depth, how to source products, how to build relationships, how to analyze products, how to never touch a product, but have the potential to make 6-7 figures, check out that training. I put the link down below. It's rakeandprofit.com/wholesale21. rakeandprofit.com/wholesale21. Okay, so let's get into these 6 business models and let's explain what they are, the cost to get started, and then the risk and opportunity for essentially how much money you could make. Okay, so thrifting. What is thrifting? So you probably know what thrifting is. That's very similar to what you're already doing on eBay. If you're selling on eBay, you're going to thrift stores, or it could be estate sales. It could be garage sales. It could be auctions. I'm just putting it all under the umbrella of thrifting. And essentially, you're just going out and buying items for $1, $2, $3, $10, and you're selling them on Amazon. That could be items such as DVDs, right? If you're ungated. It could be electronics. It could be ink, right? It could be Legos. It could be headphones. One of my favorite items to sell just on Amazon that anybody could do is selling books. And the great thing about thrifting and all those things that I covered, like estate sales and stuff, it doesn't require a lot of money. You can start for less than a couple $100. The risk is very low. I would say the only risk with thrifting on Amazon now is Amazon's really been cracking down the last couple of years in terms of proving if an item is real. If somebody says it's fake and says it's inauthentic, they're going to want you to provide wholesale invoices or just invoices, and you're not going to be able to provide them. So it's slightly risky in that sense. But but it's really easy to start. You can get ungated very quickly by just ordering from a distributor or wholesale distributor, getting the invoice, giving it to Amazon, and you could sell items like Brother Ink, Legos. Books is a little bit harder, DVDs though, especially. So thrifting is probably the best way to start Amazon for the least amount of money. Number 2, retail arbitrage. Now, retail arbitrage is very similar to thrifting in a sense that you're having to go pick up items every single time. These items could be replenishable if you find, like, for example, I used to buy this one makeup item at Walgreens. It was actually, it wasn't a lip balm. It came in this little figure. I don't know. It was a weird little thing. It was this little circle figure thing. And I think I would pay $4, and it was selling on Amazon for $22. And I would just go and I would replenish it every month or so. And eventually it ended up dying because a lot of competition came in. But this is retail arbitrage is going to places like Walgreens, Walmart, Walgreens for toys, Walmart for electronics, toys, board games. You could go to Barnes and Noble. You can go to Target, pretty much any retail store. And you can go to like the clearance section. That's what a lot of people do. But also there's certain items that spike, especially in Q4, sometimes it's video games or items go out of stock on Amazon. And if you could find them in stores and sell them on Amazon, I mean, the price could go through the roof, right? So retail arbitrage is number 2. It could require a little bit more capital than thrifting because, say for example, you're buying a bunch of Legos, you might spend $3, $4, $5, maybe $1,000, and then you send them in and the money slowly comes in for you. So I would say it's a good opportunity. The issue with retail arbitrage now, so many items are gated. So many brands are gated. So you are going to have to buy from wholesale distributors or have a seasoned account to be able to sell those items. So number 1 was thrifting. Number 2, retail arbitrage. Number 3, and I think this, for the person who has a couple $1,000s, this is probably the best business model, and that's wholesale. So you're probably wondering, what is wholesale? We all know, what it means to buy a wholesale item, right? You're buying it for a cheaper price because, when you buy items thrifted or retail, you're putting it online and selling it, for full price for retail. So wholesale isn't selling wholesale, it's buying wholesale. So say, for example, let's see, maybe this Brother Ink. Let's just pretend it's, maybe you have a relationship with Brother Manufacturer, which you're not going to be able to do, but let's just talk about this for the example's sake. Say this sells for $60. There's something called keystone pricing. So when you buy wholesale from either a distributor or what I think is best is building relationships with the actual brands, which I'll talk about. There's something called keystone pricing. So traditionally, you're going to be able to buy normally 50% of the retail selling price on Amazon. So I'd be able to get this for $30 and I'd probably make about $15 profit on it. So wholesale is great, but again, it does take a lot more money, at least a couple $1,000s to get started. Yes, you could start for less if you're buying like wholesale items from distributors, which I think is more risky because there's more competition, or you could buy from people at like trade shows and stuff. But I would say the best way to do it is it's a model called reverse sourcing. And my mentors, this is how I learned how to do it. Dan and Dylan, who are having the webinar tomorrow, which you can check the link down below. They're going to go in depth about this. They build relationships with brands. So you probably don't know this, but there's literally hundreds and thousands of brands out there that sell all different types of products that you've never heard of. I'm telling you, there's so many. I've done videos on this where there's brands and items that you've never heard of. You don't even know what the product is. You never heard of the brand, and it sells $30,000 a month, $40,000 a month, $60,000 a month. It's absolutely crazy. And there's thousands, hundreds of thousands of these brands. And what you can do is you can help these brands to optimize their listings. You can help them with their pictures. You can help them with their search engine optimization. You can help to manage their brand. There's so many things that you can do. And you can become their exclusive seller or maybe 1 out of 5 sellers. You build that relationship, you put a contract together, and you're able to order directly from the brand. And you might be thinking, well, why would the brand sell to you? Why wouldn't they just sell on Amazon? Because you have to have a certain skill set. You have to have a certain knowledge. You have to understand how Amazon works, right? There's a large inner working to selling on Amazon, and brands don't want to deal with that. They just want to create their product. They want to work on their brand. They want to improve the product, and they just want to a lot of times just sell it to a distributor or to a wholesaler and let you deal with the retail end. So if you build those relationships, I'm telling you, it's extremely profitable. And I was talking about this the other day. My friend, he landed his first account, and he's making over $2,000 just from one product and one account. And on tomorrow's training, I'm going to be there studying and learning as well, that my mentors are putting on. They landed an account. Now, they've been doing this for over 7 years. So you and I aren't going to be able to do this because it takes experience and reputation, but they landed an account that's going to make them over $500,000. One account. Now, there's a bunch of products in that account, but there's so many opportunities to not only buy directly wholesale, but there's also something called brand management. And Dan and Dylan are doing that as well, where they're managing brands. So there's a huge opportunity with wholesale. So if you want to learn about that, check out tomorrow's training, rakeandprofit.com/wholesale21. Okay. Let's talk about model number 4. This is online arbitrage. Okay. Online arbitrage is very similar to retail arbitrage. So retail arbitrage is going to retail stores, Walmart's, Target's, Barnes and Noble, and buying items and selling on Amazon. Online arbitrage is buying everything online. So you could buy online directly from hundreds and thousands of websites. So what I do and what a lot of other people do is they use different softwares. One of the best softwares that you can use is called Tactical Arbitrage. And you can put in different search criteria, pricing filters, how much profit you want to make, how much competition, so on and so forth. And you could run a scan, and it could run in the background for hours. You could run small scans, large scans, and it'll bring back all different types of products that are sold online that you can make money on. And then you just go in and place the order. So you can have virtual assistants do this, or you can do this yourself. And then you could have the product shipped either directly to you, and then you ship it to Amazon, or you could have it shipped directly to Amazon. And that's what I do in my wholesale business is we, the brands that we work with and distributors, we ship directly to what is known as prep centers, or you ship it directly to Amazon. So you don't even have to touch the product. So the same applies with wholesale and online arbitrage. And what a lot of people do, I'm not an expert when it comes to online arbitrage. They stack coupons. So they get coupons, they go through different portals. They find deals, right? They find deals. So if you're good at couponing, if you're good at finding deals, if you're, interested in that, check out online arbitrage. You can start that for probably $500 or less. Wholesale, probably $2,000 or less, but wholesale, you have the opportunity to really make 6-7 figures over the long haul. Online arbitrage, you definitely have an opportunity to make 6 figures. There are people who do 7 figures as well. The biggest risk with thrifting, retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, and I'm going to talk about a couple more, is not having those wholesale invoices. Because if Amazon comes to you and says, someone complained that this is fake, they're not going to allow you to just send over the Walmart or the Target or the Barnes and Noble or the Goodwill receipt. They're not going to accept it. They want that wholesale invoice. And when you're working with distributors or working directly with brands, in the case of wholesale and private label, which I'm going to talk about, you either own the brand or you have that direct permission via an invoice to protect you. Okay. So I see the future of Amazon really moving towards that. So anytime you sell a DVD or you sell Legos or any of these things, that I don't have invoices for, that I thrift, I am putting my Amazon account at risk. So just keep in mind that. Okay. So we talked about business model number 1 for selling on Amazon, and in no particular order, is thrifting. Number 2, retail arbitrage. Number 3, wholesale. Number 4, online arbitrage. And the 5th business model, which is another great model to start, I would say it's just as good as wholesale. It's actually, I know for a fact, it's a lot harder than wholesale. And if you're wondering what private label is, think about it like this. Let's see. Say you wanted to create your own. Let me give a better example. Okay, here's a good example. So here's these headphones. They're made by JBL. Well, let's just say, for example, you could buy these exact headphones, maybe a little different, but generic. You can actually go on websites like Alibaba.com. There's all different types of places that you can source generic products that give you the right to private label and put your own name on it. So you ever go to a grocery store and you see like Stop and Shop brand cereal, or you see, I don't know, Whole Foods, they have their own brand. Walmart has their own brand, and they sell all different types of products. Well, how the heck is Walmart selling their own branded napkins? Because they're buying from a wholesale distributor that has generic product, and you're able to put your own label on it, your own brand. And you might be thinking, well, what's the benefit of that? Because when you own your own brand, you control the marketing, you control the SEO. You can improve the product, right? So what a lot of people do with private label is they go through different reviews and they look at all the headphones, and you see everybody complaining about, oh, my headphone's breaking. I wish my headphones had, Bluetooth, right? I'm just making things up, even though they pretty much all have it. So what you can do is create a product that's even better, or maybe someone wants it in pink, but nobody sells pink headphones. You could get a generic headphone, put your own brand on it. The thing is with this model, I'm not going to go super deep into it. You have to do everything from sourcing the product, creating the packaging, creating your Amazon listing, getting the pictures, doing all the marketing, everything from A to Z. So the difference between wholesale and private label is wholesale, the product's already created, the brand's already there. You don't have to deal with any of the marketing, right? There is some marketing you can do, but you're literally just buying the product and selling it with the goal of helping the seller or the brand to improve their listing and make more sales. With private label, you run the whole entire show. So private label is a lot harder. I would definitely say there's probably more potential for upside with private label, but it's like 90% harder, I would say, than wholesale, because there's just so much involved in it. And there's so much money you have to spend, right? Private label is a crazy game. There's definitely a big upside there. And number 6, the 6th business model is drop shipping on Amazon. So if you're wondering what drop shipping is, it's essentially just listing a product on Amazon that you don't own, right? So maybe it's an item that is on eBay and you list it on Amazon, and when it sells, you have the item shipped from another supplier. So that could be from eBay, or that could be from Walmart, or that could be from Target, or that could be from Home Depot. So drop shipping, you never touch the product, you never own the product. You don't buy the product until it sells. So say, for example, I listed up this Lego and I see that this Lego is on Walmart.com right now for $11.99. I listed on Amazon for $22.99. And when it sells, I buy it from Walmart and have them ship it directly to the customer. Now, there's definitely issues with that. It's the terms of service is pretty much against drop shipping, but there's ways to get around it. The great thing is you could start for like no money. You are putting your accounts in jeopardy if you don't do things the right way. It's probably the riskiest way to sell on Amazon. It's a great way. I have my buddy Paul Lipsky, who, he's done millions of dollars drop shipping on Amazon and eBay. The thing is, you really have to know what you're doing, and it's tricky. You've got to be good with credit cards. You just got to cover your bases. You got to be good with virtual assistants, because you don't want to be doing all that stuff. So drop shipping's interesting. I would say just be very, very careful. It's probably the riskiest way to get kicked off of Amazon, but it's probably the least expensive way to get started, without having to touch a product, without having to leave your house, without having to do pretty much anything but setting up the listings and setting up your software to help you to process all the orders and stuff. So I'm going to go into the comments right now. Those are the 6 business models: thrifting, retail arbitrage, wholesale, online arbitrage, private label, and drop shipping. Which one's my favorite? Well, if you only have a couple $100, thrifting. If you have $500 or less, I would say retail arbitrage. If you have $2,000 or more, I would say wholesale all day long. If you already have a 6-figure reselling business and maybe you're already doing wholesale, I would look into online arbitrage or private label. And drop shipping, I would say if you have a high risk tolerance, if you how do I say this? If you have experience working with virtual assistants, if you're really good at creating systems, if you're really good at kind of working the system with the credit cards and stuff, I would say definitely look into wholesale. But check out Paul J. Lipsky. He has a great YouTube channel, and he covers everything that you need to know about eBay drop shipping and Amazon drop shipping. So just be very careful with drop shipping. It's got a huge upside, but if you do things the wrong way, you're going to get yourself in trouble. Jennifer R says, "Hey, Steve, hope you have an awesome day. Nice to see you live." Yeah, I had a great day today. I just got home a little while ago, went fishing with Papa Profits, caught a couple fish, had a really good time. So Void says, love Tim and Eric. I'm not sure who Tim and Eric is. You might be referring to Dan and Dylan of the Wholesale Formula. How do you check what's profitable? I would download the Amazon seller app. So I don't know where my phone is, but I would download the Amazon seller app. It's free. And then essentially what you can do is you can scan the barcodes of different items. If you're doing retail arbitrage or thrifting, and you can look it up and you can see how many people are selling it, the profit, the shipping, all different types of things like that. If you are going to get started selling books, which is one of the best ways, check out Scout IQ. It's a paid app, but you can get yourself, you might be able to see right there hanging is a scan fob. So you can actually have a Bluetooth scanner to go ahead and scan all the books. You can do that as well with retail arbitrage, but Amazon seller app, Scout IQ are great resources. How to find suppliers for Amazon FBA. So check out the training tomorrow. Dan and Dylan, again, those are my friends who did over $33 million with wholesale over the last 7 years. They're actually going to go in depth sharing how to find wholesale suppliers, how to analyze products, how to land your first wholesale account. So there's a lot of different ways. I like to use tactical arbitrage. So I have a whole spreadsheet, and essentially what I do is I set up different filters, right? For example, the products sell for less, for $20 or more. Amazon's not on the listing. There's less than 20 sellers. There's a couple of criteria that I set up, and then I run the scan. So online arbitrage will scan a whole bunch of products. And then what I do is I make a list of all of the sellers of those products. And then I run another scan and analyze all the products. And essentially I just reverse engineer everything from Amazon, then the sellers, then the products. Then I make a whole list of the brands that are selling it. And then what we do is I have virtual assistants who go out and gather all their information. So they do a bunch of recon. They get their phone number, their emails, all that information. And then we email blast them, and then we cold call them with the goal of being able to build a relationship with them and have them sell directly to us. So it's a process. There's a lot more upfront work, but with wholesale, the great thing is, here's the thing. Thrifting's awesome, right? I went out, got paid 10. This is selling for 90 or something. At least it was a couple of weeks ago. I got to send that in. I went to the thrift store, spent 15. It's going to sell for 70. It's great. High profit, easy to do. Anybody can do it. But the thing is, once this sells, now what? I want to run a business that brings income in every single month. Well, how am I going to do it? Thrifting or doing retail arbitrage? I have to consistently go out. The thing with wholesale, and what Dan and Dylan are going to be teaching on tomorrow's training, I'm going to be there as well. So check out that link below, is they teach you how to build a relationship with a brand, with a supplier, and you build that relationship and you're able to sell a product. And all you do is you literally, with a click of a button or a phone call, you order 100, you order 300, you send them into Amazon, and then they sell, right? They sell. And then when there's 10, 20, 30 left, depending on your volume, right? You just place another an email, another phone call, and you replenish your inventory. So there's a lot to know, right? It's not as easy as I'm making it sound. I'd recommend having a business. I'd recommend having a wholesale certificate. So there's steps. It's not as easy as thrifting, but the upside is great, just because you build those relationships and you just have replenishables coming in all the time. And one of the things I recommend with wholesale is you want to work with brands that don't sell to every single Amazon seller, because the way the buy box works, at least when it's working properly, is if there's 20 people selling a product, and it's selling $100,000 a month, take $100,000 a month divided by 20, whatever that is, 5,000 a month. Each seller would sell about 5,000 a month because it cycles evenly. So essentially what you want to do is you want to find an item that's selling for X amount, and then you want to divide that by how many sellers. And then you can say, okay, this is going to be my share. And there's a whole thing to it, but it's really, really fun. Is it more practical to produce or just play with stocks all day? Most people who play with stocks all day lose a ton of money. I would recommend, for anybody who wants to get into stocks, invest in index funds over the long haul. That's a pretty much guaranteed way to make money. It's a guaranteed way to literally become a millionaire. Like if you're in your 20s or 30s, you want to become a millionaire, the easiest way is to put a couple $100s a month into an index fund and just let compound interest play out over the long haul. It's one of the secrets of finances. It's not sexy. It's not that interesting. You just buy into an index fund, you put your money in, and you just don't touch it. You never sell it. Mary Beth, I'm so ready to sell on Amazon, but don't know where to start. Now you do, right? We talked about the 6 ways to sell on Amazon. There's thrifting, there's retail arbitrage, there's wholesale, there's online arbitrage, there's private label, there's drop shipping. The easiest way, if you only have a couple $100 or less, is just start going to thrift stores. Google Amazon Seller Central, set up your account. You're going to have to get approved. It takes like a week or 2 now because they send you a postcard. There's this whole process you have to go through. Get approved, right? Download the Amazon Seller app and just start going out. Start playing around. Learn how to ship in your first Amazon FBA shipment, right? If you've never sold, I wouldn't recommend just getting right into wholesale or private label. You can. There's plenty of people who have success with it, but you can get your feet wet just by thrifting and scanning items and learn how to send in your first Amazon FBA shipment. It's exciting. It's a skill. And here's the issue. It's so disappointing. I know so many successful eBay sellers who leave hundreds and thousands of dollars on the table each and every month. And you know why? They're going to thrift stores, they're going to garage sales, they're going to estate sales, and they're not scanning the books. They're leaving books behind. They're leaving board games behind, right? They're leaving Brother Ink behind because on eBay, it's not selling for as much, but on Amazon, it's profitable. But the reason they're leaving it behind is they never took the time to learn how to send in their first Amazon shipment. They never took the time to sign up for Amazon Seller Central. They never took time to learn how to scan an item and, to download the Amazon Seller app. If you want to go from 4 to 5 figures to 6 figures, if you want to make this a full-time business, if you want to make this a business that consistently drives profits for you, you got to start putting that upfront work in that doesn't make you much money, right? Attending the webinar tomorrow is going to not make you any money. It's probably going to lose you money because you could be out listing items or thrifting. But the reason it's important is because you're investing in yourself. You're learning a skill which has the potential to make 6 figures for you, right? Setting up your Amazon account, learning how to scan items, right? Going through that whole process. It's not really making you any money having to learn how to do that. It's a whole bunch of upfront work, but you make those profits on the back end when, you're able to find a bunch of books at a thrift store, scan them, and then now you can turn it into profit. So you got to take time, right? You definitely have to take time to set up your Amazon account. How to register for index funds. Vanguard. I recommend Vanguard, probably one of the cheapest fees ever on index funds and stuff. So sign up for a Vanguard account. Talk to your tax professional because you might want to set up some type of retirement account, whether it's a Roth IRA or a SEP IRA, in order to be able to build the portfolio interest free, or maybe you want to be able to pay taxes on it now and build it up. And when you sell it down the road, you never have to pay taxes again. So just do some YouTube researching. There's a lot out there. Oh, here's a good one. Drop shipping is making my hair fall out. I need to explore FBA. So it looks like Jay is drop shipping. Yeah, drop shipping is crazy. The thing with drop shipping, like I said, is you have to build out all the systems, right? You really have to know what you're doing. You've got to have a team. Because literally my hair is already fallen out, but if I had a full set of hair, it would fall out too if I had to do everything. Jader's saying, how long did it take your eBay business to start getting sales every day? Mine is coming very slowly. I've made 18 sales in 4 months. So the issue is if you only made 18 sales in 4 months, you probably haven't listed enough items. It's a numbers game on eBay. The more you list, the more sales you're going to make. Now, you got to list the right items. So it's going to take a little bit of time to learn the brands, to learn how to price things, learn how to take good pictures. It's a process of growth selling on eBay, right? Learning how to source better items, learning how to find better deals, right? So if you want to make more sales, you just have to go out and source more items. You have to list more items, right? It's a numbers game all day long. Oh, Mr. Sadie in the house. It's been a while. Mr. Bubba. Hope the fam is all well. Just stopped by to say hello. Hey, great to see you, man. Thanks so much for stopping by. Hey, what's going on, Kevin? Great to see you. Got to know you last year from Paul J. Lipsky. Awesome. It's great to see you here. Let's see. Void is saying you could buy an index fund brokerage, Robinhood. I own VOO and FXAIX. I'm not sure what FXAIX is, but I own VOO. That's a good one. Is there a simple program or training to go through to send items to FBA, or Will that be in the webinar? For more of that basic stuff, you're probably not going to get that in the webinar, like how to send in a full shipment and stuff. So I would just go on YouTube and just type in how to send an Amazon FBA shipment in. There's a lot of great videos that'll walk you through the whole process. Mary Beth says, is it kind of like eBay, but buy low, sell high? Yeah, that's exactly what it is, right? It's the same way with all these models, right? With private label, with wholesale, it's pretty much all the same thing. It's just a different means, right? So with thrifting, you're going out and you're finding the item. So you're buying low, selling high. With wholesale, you're trying to find the right product, and you're trying to find a wholesaler or a brand or manufacturer who will sell to you at a low enough price for you to have enough meat in the bone to flip it for a profit. And private label, you're looking for an opportunity or a market that's underserved, and you're coming in and providing that value. And again, you're buying low from your wholesale supplier, Alibaba, your manufacturer, and selling it high retail. Hey, what is going on? Abigail, great to see you. Jader says, I've got 186 items listed with all free shipping. So there's probably some type of issue with the items that you're listing. Could either be the item, it could be your titles, it could be the way that you're pricing it. But if you have 186 items listed and you've only sold 18 items in 4 months, there's something going on. There's definitely an issue. It's probably the products that you're picking up. They're probably just not in demand. Void says, I felt you when you said eBay sellers leaving money on the table. I've done eBay nearly 20 years. Never attempted to sell on Amazon. It just seems too intimidating. Yeah, and that's the thing about learning anything new, right? One of the best ways to grow your business, and I don't care if you're only going to sell on Amazon. I'm not telling you, if you only want to sell on eBay, I'm not telling you that you have to sell on eBay. Or, God, I can't even talk. If you've only been selling on eBay, I'm not saying that Amazon is something you have to do. But if you want to grow your business, you have to learn how to get comfortable growing and learning new things. Like you have to learn how to do things that you've never done before, that are intimidating, that make you want to pull your hair out, that piss you off. Like you have to get comfortable being uncomfortable, right? And that's why I take ice baths. People are like, why the heck do you take ice baths? Why'd you buy a freezer and you're taking an ice bath? Like, are you a psychomaniac? Yeah, I am. But what I'm trying to do is train my brain to become comfortable being uncomfortable. And setting up an Amazon account, sending in your first shipment, dealing with all that BS is a pain in the butt. But it's part of the process. And it's the same with eBay. If you're only selling on eBay, right? Learning to set up systems, right? Learning to hire your first employee, learning how to, I'm in my studio right now and I had to set up all this crazy lighting and whatnot. It was a pain in the butt learning how to set up, 5-point lighting systems and everything like that. But I knew if I wanted to improve the quality of my videos, I would have to learn how to do it. So it was a pain in the butt for like 3 days. But yeah, it's how the game is played. Mary Beth says, and obviously you can sell used items on Amazon also. Yes. So if you're doing, thrifting, then these are all going to be used items. If you're doing drop shipping, private label, online arbitrage, wholesale, retail arbitrage, those are all going to be new. Okay. So those are all going to be new. I believe you could do drop shipping if you live outside the USA. You just might need to get like a VPN or something to hide your IP address. So that's all I've got for you guys today. I appreciate you. Again, if you want to learn more about selling on Amazon, check out the free training down below. It's going down tomorrow. I'm going to be there with mentors, Dan and Dylan. They've done over $33 million selling on Amazon. So they're going to go in depth, really sharing how to build a 6 to even 7-figure business, if that's your goal, how to sell on Amazon, a bunch of tips, how to analyze products, how to land your first wholesale account, how to really build a business that's sustainable and something that you can count on, and a business that you don't have to worry about getting kicked off, kind of like with drop shipping or thrifting or retail arbitrage or online arbitrage, because you don't have the invoices. They're going to teach you a way to do it without really being super risky, and something that's sustainable, something that I see is really the future. So check that out. It's free. They have a program and whatnot, but you're not, there's no pressure to have to join anything else. You can go there for free, take a bunch of notes, right? I've already gone through their program. I'm already doing wholesale, but I'm going to sharpen up my skills as well, ask questions, take notes. So come hang out with us. It's going down tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be on Zoom. So that's going to be something that's very, very valuable. And I definitely recommend you check it out. So check that first link down below in the description. And yeah, I will see you guys there. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe. And if you have any questions, leave a comment below. But hopefully this video helped you to kind of get a more wider horizon, a better understanding of how to actually sell on Amazon and the different ways to do it. And maybe this cleared up some misconceptions about there only being 1 or 2 ways to do it, because there's really 6 strong ways to sell on Amazon. So maybe this helped you to kind of figure out what route is best for you. Are you a risk taker? Are you trying to do a 7-figure business? Do you want to leave the house? Do you just want to shop online? Do you want to go to thrift stores? So yeah, show some love, smash that like button for the algorithm, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at the training. Link in the description. Much love. Peace.